This week, comics introduces us to Ryan Wilder in the pages of Batwoman. And while this is a very quick appearance and, not terribly noteworthy in terms of actual page content or what happens there, the issue is going to be going up in sales. eBay issues are always selling for higher. This is the final issue of Batman, certainly before we get to Future State and then whatever comes afterward. It's pretty much a lock we will get another Batwoman title. But why does this matter? Why does Ryan Wilder as a character matter? Well, we're going to tell you. Hey everybody, this is Perch. Ryan Wilder is basically introduced in Batgirl 50, and this is just a very quick appearance, like it's a blink and you miss it here, but it is the series finale prior to all the stuff that's going on over the winter and Future State and the relaunches and everything else. And I think this is one of those cases where a couple of years from now, you'll be able to sit back and you'll basically be able to see a lot of moments where the comic books and the media efforts came closer together. And this is one of those. So basically, Ryan Wilder is the same name and appearance. You see her for just a brief period inside the comic book, but at least from what you can see, she's rendered somewhat close enough to the actress who will be portraying Batwoman in the new CW show, that being Yavaka Leslie. And so a couple things here. By the way, I've got to laugh. I mean, you can have these comic books with like the Joker hacking off faces, and you can shoot people in the back, and you can do all kinds of stuff. But if you're going to have somebody give somebody else the finger in the comic book, then you're going to have one of those little autumn leaves just falling right in the way. You can't give the finger directly on. And what's going on with Barbara Gordon's face here? She's got mopey face. Just I don't want to get the finger. Anyway, this panel is basically that she is it's this moment where we very briefly introduce Ryan Wilder. And she comes out as a scrappy character, letting Barbara know exactly what she thinks of her boss, Congresswoman Alejo. So, the character, as far as we know in the show, Ryan Wilder is different in form from the previous actress, Ruby Rose, who portrayed the character for the first season. This version of Batwoman is going to be, quote unquote, likable, messy, goofy, untamed. She has not had her life on track. She spent years as a drug runner, dodging the GCPD and masking her pain with bad habits. She lives in her van, so she's homeless with her plant. She would steal milk for an alley cat and could kill you with her bare hands, like most homeless people. They are super athletic, highly proficient MMA fighting skills. Sorry, I always not that I get the hook and everything else, but. And there will be a strong, compelling reason in this show, no doubt. But I always like these, like they were raised on the streets, but they have the fighting abilities of whatever. Anyway, so she's going to be athletic, raw. They keep using that word raw for both the comic and the show. I don't know if that's the best word, but anyway, she's raw, she's passionate, she's fallible. She is not your stereotypical all-American hero. And so they're going to be basically building up the character in both books, similar personality, similar tone. While DC is not necessarily saying it, I think it's a lock that we will see her show up at some point fighting crime in a future issue of something, whether it's Batgirl or Batwoman or the Bat person. Who knows what it will be. But at any rate, this is one of those cases where this is a character definitely crafted to take its nod from the TV show. Now, that will either go gangbusters because the show works really, really well, or this is a character will be quickly forgotten if the CW show fizzles out. We will see. They're making kind of a big deal right now about this being a portrayal of LGBTQ characters. Both the actress, actually, it's said multiple ways. I'm not being silly, but I've now looked. I went down the rabbit hole trying to find this out because there's quotes where Leslie says that she is a bisexual woman, and then in many other articles she's listed as a lesbian. Um, which is the truth? I'm not sure. Um, it is difficult. I can't tell what they're doing, but at any rate, the character Ryan Wilder is an out lesbian, and so this follows the portrayal from Ruby Rose. And there were some initial shots of kind of the costume and how it might look, but we got some new shots that really is going to emphasize natural curly hair, red streaks, and so on. So will this show take off in the comic? Or sorry, will this show take off for the CW? Who knows? But this character is being brought to the comics, first introduced in Batgirl 50. So if you see the pricing going up and what's going on there, that's why that basically this character is being introduced. Again, just barely. I mean, there's not a lot there. We see kind of Barbara in this town that's angry. We see people pulling down statues. We see Barbara angry, not helping pulling down statues, but kind of looking at people pulling down statues. A little bit difficult to tell exactly what's going on here. But after this character, Ryan Wilder, gets kind of harassed for kind of just hanging out in her van, she takes off and she's does not like Congresswoman Alejo. So that's what's going on. That's who this character is. It's a connection into the Batwoman TV show on CW. Again, undoubtedly, I think a Ryan Wilder as some kind of Bat character comic will come probably in March at some point. This is where it is. So if you've been wondering who this character is, what's the big deal, why is this issue going up in value and everything else, it's because of this connection. And I guess the question for you is, do you want to see more of this or less of this? And what I mean by that is more connections into what Warner Media and DC is doing from their shows. Do you want these things brought into alignment, or does this kind of thing feel awkward and off-putting to you? What do you want to see? And do you want to see? I mean, Batgirl spends a decent amount of its time dealing with protests and everything else. Well, it's kind of, I mean, this parts of these cities all just got shit mixed by the Joker a while back. So I guess I don't know, when you have like multiple issues in Joker War with people running around with clown masks, murdering people, and then you segue the next issue to kind of people protesting on at City Hall. I don't know. I mean, would people be protesting gentrification and pulling down statues of heroes when Joker's blowing up everything? I just don't think these things fit together in the same universe. I mean, it's fine, but you kind of have to turn off your brain to think, hey, 2 issues ago, we were having Joker wars, and in this issue we got people carrying signs that say "F your franchise." I mean, sure, why not? Anyway, let me know what you think. And are you into this character? Are you excited for this debut? Are you excited about the comic book? Are you excited by the TV show? Could you care less about both? I find CW pretty easy to ignore personally, but hey, maybe you love it. Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. I guess I'll conclude with this. This story, this character, this whole thing is going to be the subject of a lot of videos if they haven't been plenty already. So now you know, and knowing is half the battle. Thanks for listening.